Nonetheless, a podcast.
Episode 24, mate. Yeah, you ready? Well, yeah, we are ready. You want to introduce?
Oh, wow.
The episode?
None the Wiser Podcast, episode 24,
Volume 24.
volume 24.
Oh, we're calling it volume.
volume.
Fuck knows, mate. Just came out.
Yeah, but a volume, surely like a volume is like...
Bit more professional.
It's multiple.
Either way, None the Wiser Podcast. Subscribe to us, YouTube, Instagram,
Yeah!
Apple Podcast,
Yeah!
Spotify,
Yeah!
them thing there.
Yeah!
Christmas edition, because we are nearing. Right.
Oh yeah, we're going to get no
Oh,
decorations.
yeah.
You ain't
Crimbo,
got no
yeah,
decoration.
decoration.
So,
Not too bad.
for the viewers, wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Or happy holidays for those who
Yeah, yo!
Have a weird
Didn't
thing
someone
about
try
that.
and sue someone for saying that or something?
What, Merry Christmas?
Yeah, I heard something about that. They were offended
Yeah,
by
what's
the
wrong
fact
with these
that they
people?
wished them a Merry Christmas.
And you know what it is? It's always the people who don't act, just doesn't affect them.
Yeah, really,
They just
man.
see it and they think, yeah, you know what? I'm offended.
I'm offended. Fuck off.
You're allowed to be offended, but
Yeah.
it doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
Stop being so bloody sensitive, man. You know what I mean?
People be crazy.
It doesn't make sense that you're offended by Christmas, yeah, when there's all the decorations up one year or once a year, but then you see people every day with crosses around their necks or whatever else, and you don't get offended by that. You don't go up to them and be like, I'm offended by that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
That's true.
It's essentially a religious thing, but it was changed, wasn't it? Because of the paganistic religions that existed at the time. They moved the dates, of the celebration.
I mean, they say Jesus' birthday wasn't technically on.
No, he was actually born in the summer. So this is the thing.
This is the thing.
So let's get deep. Yeah? Christmas isn't actually Christian. Wait a second.
No.
Winter solstice.
Mm-hmm.
Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Pagans.
Mm-hmm.
Pagans.
These are the people who would celebrate winter solstice.
Quite.
Yeah? And it wasn't actually, it's today. Winter solstice is today when this was being recorded.
Indubitably.
So happy winter solstice, yeah?
Right.
So basically, and it goes for the days of the week as well. So for example, Monday was Moon Day. Tuesday, I believe, was Tears Day. No,
Thursday.
that's Thursday.
It's
sorry.
Thursday.
Tuesday, I think it's Thursday.
Thursday.
One of them's Thursday. Sunday was Sunday, like for the sun.
Tuesday, Tuesday.
They all had names. These are all basically just corruptions of those days.
Yeah, it's just
like
changed.
the days of the
It's
week.
just changed.
Ah.
Easter was another pagan holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Was to do with fertility. What does an egg and a chicken have to do with Jesus? Nothing. It doesn't. They created the whole.
They tried to say it was the whole
It was the
rebirth of
rebirth.
Jesus, and
Which is quite a smart thing to do.
no, because all they've done,
Clever.
they've took symbolism and they've completely incorporated it into a new religion. It's like going off subject quickly. Yeah, I was watching this thing about symbolism. Yeah, and it's the program I was watching. It started back in Egypt times. Yeah. And you know how the popes of today, they wear the thing on their head. I think it's called a mitre on their head. You know the head. The head gown.
Yeah, the costume.
Now, if you I said football. So if you go back into ancient Egypt times, they worshipped a god called, I think his name was Agon or something like that, or Argon or something like that.
Okay.
And I think he was a fish god. Do you know what I mean? But if
And
you look at the head garments,
I saw something like
if you
that.
look at the
Yeah,
head
yeah.
garments back then, it's the same as what the Pope would wear now, the mitre. Therefore, you know how the fish represents Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, all they've done is change symbolism. That's all they've done. Throughout the ages, they've changed symbolism, and they've just done it to suit the agenda at the time and the religion at the time.
Going back to Christmas though.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
well, I'll
corporations.
get into that.
Go on.
So anyway, Christmas. Yeah, it's called. People don't even know why it's called Christmas.
Yeah.
I heard the other day that someone thought it was Father Christmas's birthday.
Oh, wow.
Right, first of all,
Congratulations to that
it's
person.
called Christmas. Break the word down. Christ,
Yeah.
Mass.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So there's that aspect, yeah. It's not Father Christmas's birthday, and it's not all about presents. for
Santa
fuck's
Claus
sake.
birthday.
Do you know what I mean? It's just stupid.
Well, this is the thing. This is where it's getting confusing because you have so many aspects of Christmas that aren't even Christian. Meaning Christmas tree.
Christmas tree.
Christmas tree is not nothing to do with
pagan.
Christianity.
The Christmas
It's
tree was a pagan thing,
and they cut down the trees
Christmas
and bring it
tree was a present originally given to I think the royal family.
Okay.
Back in
was
I
it
can't
from
remember.
Denmark or
Yeah, it was from Denmark or something like that, or Norway, Denmark, something like that.
Yeah.
And they gave it to the royal family over here. And ever since that, because of the popularity of the royal family at the time, it became a tradition in every other household. And that's why we have Christmas
Which is
trees
what?
now.
But
The
yeah.
whole Father Christmas concept now comes from Saint Nicholas, who was technically meant to be a real person back in, I can't remember what era, but he was actually a guy who basically ended up giving presents to orphanage. Hence why they called him a saint, Saint Nicholas. And that's where the whole term of giving presents to people comes from. Do you know what I mean? It's nothing really to do with Christmas.
That gets deeper as well, though, because there's other takes on where Father Christmas came from. Yeah.
Yeah, there are.
Because apparently, one story is that he was a shaman or shaman. One story is that he was a shaman. Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Who used to give out like mushrooms and whatnot. Yeah. So.
Oh, the red and white mushroom.
Yeah, the red and white, the Amanita muscaria.
Yeah, muscaria.
And that's also where the reindeer comes from, the flying reindeer, because the reindeer would eat the Amanita muscaria and jump around.
And they'll get high as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's like different takes. So it's such
Even the colours of Christmas now ain't technically.
Yeah.
It's changed because Father Christmas originally wasn't meant to be wearing red. He was originally meant to be wearing green. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Things have changed.
Yeah.
See, no one knows that. No one knows that.
Even the mistletoe. What's the mistletoe got to do with Christianity? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
It's.
Do you know what's
weird.
interesting
It's changed.
to me about the Christmas is the whole corporate thing? I mean, I understand it, right? Because it's a massive windfall.
Gift giving.
Yeah, gift giving is mental. Even the electric companies are cashing in. You up go buy lights.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're plugging lights.
For
The
real,
electric
for real,
companies
for
getting
real.
paid.
Yeah.
Mr.
All for
Hammond's
one
getting-
day.
Exactly.
Don't get me wrong, it carries on more than a day in it in
Yeah.
certain households,
It's a
but
celebration.
technically it's for one day in it. And people go mad, they stress their wallet out over
Yeah,
it.
100.
And I don't see it because I've never heard once someone mention Jesus around me near Christmas.
Never.
Not once.
Never.
Not once. Every Christmas I've ever had, yeah. Obviously, because I'm not technically religious like that, but I'm conscious of what the day is meant to represent.
If you
So
got
I will bring it up in my household.
Yeah.
In my household, like people in my household will bring it up. But the average Joe, I don't hear them talk. Oh yeah, man, got the new Xbox for Christmas.
Yeah. Exactly. That's all it was in school.
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
know, man. It's the meanings.
The only time you hear Jesus if you're forced to go carol service. That's the only time.
Bruv, even things like that now, no, you don't get, bruv. You don't get carol singers no more at your door.
Yeah, no, it's not.
You don't
happening.
get carol singers. I remember you used to get the Father Christmas charity man come round on the Slade looking thing,
Oh,
and they
snap.
used to drive through your area, bare Father Christmas collecting for charities and them things. You don't even see that no more.
Nah, you ain't get none of that. You ain't get none of
A lot of the old traditions are changing.
Well, that's the thing, man. What's kissing under a mistletoe got to do with Jesus? Nothing. Absolutely zero.
that. None.
So.
They need to find a purpose for that useless fucking plant. Don't do fuck all else.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So it's interesting. But anyway, where can we even go from here?
What, from the whole Christmas?
Yeah, like
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Yeah, when I was talking about the whole symbolism thing, like it was interesting, bruv.
Yeah.
You know, like Hollywood. Do you know where the term Hollywood comes from?
Actually, don't know.
Holly.
It comes it comes from the Greeks, and what it was, they used to have this holly plant thing, and from the sticks of the holly plant, it used to represent. Have you ever seen that symbol where it's like a load of sticks and they bind it together?
No.
You ever seen that symbol? All right, cool.
Like
So that
Jesus Christ crown thing.
no, that's like
Right.
the crown of thorns. No, so there's a symbol where it looks like a load of sticks and it's all binded together because it was to represent one stick on its own can't do a lot of damage, but bind a lot of sticks together it can create a lot of damage, and that was the symbol in like Greek times sort of thing.
I
Yeah,
think it was strength.
that's what I mean. It binded strength as well. That's what I mean because the more you have, the more harder it will hit and the stronger it is. You get what I'm saying? So. That's where they get the whole Hollywood thing from because it's from the Hollywood stick.
That's interesting.
It's weird, man. Symbolism's weird, man. And can I just add, going completely off subject, but kind of related. The pyramid, the Great Pyramid of Giza, is not the biggest pyramid.
Like case.
I just want to add that out there.
Hold on. Let me rack my brain as to which pyramids exist. Because there's bare pyramids.
There's all over the world.
Out of the three,
Are we talking about step pyramids?
right. No. So out of the Pyramid of Giza's, there's three, isn't there? There's three main prominent ones, yeah. But they always think that the main pyramid, the Great Pyramid, is the bigger one. It's not.
Okay.
The Great Pyramid, to my knowledge, is the one to the far left, and the reason it's the Great Pyramid is because it has 9 sides, not 5, including the base. And I say that because if you look at it at the right time of day when the shadow hits, the Egyptians split each side of the pyramid in 2, very faintly. Very, very faintly. So instead of it being like a perfect thing, it's like, I don't know, I can't explain it, it's just split.
Yeah.
So when the shadow hits it now, it looks like it's got, so one side of the pyramid has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9 is the base. And that's why it's the Great Pyramid.
You know what, yeah?
Fuck.
When you talk about all this old stuff, yeah, I've been watching like documentaries and stuff, yeah, about, I watched one about the place in Turkey, man. Göbekli Tepe.
Göbekli Tepe, I've heard of that. I don't know what
So
about
it's
it.
crazy because basically they found this place that they didn't know exist, and there was a whole next civilization basically there, where people were using high, like, how can I put it, advanced tools to build. Do you know what I'm saying? Like diamond, like level drill bits and stuff like that.
Minecraft.
I don't know. I've never played Minecraft. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never played that.
Yeah, diamond pickaxe.
But it's like, it makes you think, like, what don't we know? We don't know so much shit.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff, man. You know what? I think that's just what happens with history. There are a lot of knowledge that's just going to be lost because, you know, stuck in books, or, you know, some old guy who taught it to a couple of his kids, but his kids didn't want to do it, so they fucking
Do you
it.
believe in the whole
Shit.
the whole thing of the Great Flood, and that humans were actually connected at one point across the world? Because you know how they say you got in South America, then you got Egypt, and then you got, I think, somewhere in China.
Well,
They've got all pyramids are on the equator belt perfectly in line, straight across.
As the, like, if you
So say you got South America, and then you got Africa,
yeah,
and then you got whatever over here, China, whatever. The pyramids, yeah, are all perfectly on that equator line, whether you're in South America, Egypt,
so is that like,
and I mean the prominent pyramids.
So that's like if before the continent was split, or
Well,
after.
I don't want to say if it's before it's split, but I'm going to say after. Because they say they have found evidence of a great flood. Because they said they found you know, in like when water leaves markings on the rocks, where it smooths it all out or whatever it is. They found evidence of it. And maybe, I'm not saying it's true, but maybe humans were connected at one point. And that's why there's such similarities between. I mean, you're telling me Egypt, and then you got South Americans like Mayans and that they all created pyramids, but for what reason? Why a pyramid?
Culture transfer.
So it's got to be something. There has to be some form of knowledge shared across the world at one point. There had to have been.
There has to be.
And then something took it out, and the only thing that would make sense is a flood.
A flood, some sort of.
And that could have been anything really. That could have been a meteorite hitting the water, and it just took shit out, bro.
Tsunami,
I mean, you lot know about the what are they called? Is it the Olmecs in South America? The rubber people.
Right.
That's what Olmecs translates as, the rubber people. Like, where did they go?
I don't know.
Died, man.
I actually don't know.
Fucking buried in the ground.
But when I was watching Graham Hancock's things on it, yeah, he was saying that they were so advanced in what they've done. Like, they said the soil in like the Amazon rainforest, yeah. Even though obviously you got the rainforest there, apparently the soil wasn't that great for growing in. So what they done, they created their own soil.
Oh shit!
They created their own soil for growing, and they said there's this.
So basically, Amazon forest was basically a big garden. That's what he said. Yeah, I remember
basically.
That, yeah.
And basically now there's this satellite technology. I can't remember the name. I might be wrong, but it's called Skylark or Skydar or some shit like that. And it's a mapping software, and they've mapped the Amazon. And in the Amazon, you know how you can see indentations of like where buildings used to be and all that. He said you can see it all mapped out, and there's buildings where they would have been. They said there was a whole civilization there.
So it's like a subterranean.
And the reason they were called the Olmec people which translates as the rubber people, is because they had a mineral or something there that was highly efficient in producing rubber.
Right.
And that's why
I do vaguely remember that,
Yeah,
where he
it's-
basically
but-
said the Amazon is an overgrown
Yeah,
garden.
yeah. But apparently, boom, they disappeared.
Oh,
Like that.
you know what wiped them out? Disease. It was a disease.
Yeah,
probably was disease.
You know, they theorized that it
probably
was a disease that was obviously brought there, and then
Yeah, but where did the buildings go?
I don't know.
That's another thing. Do you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The buildings would still stand. Buildings would still
Well,
stand.
the
They're
over
gone.
time, corrosion,
Don't get me wrong,
war.
They might be
like
buried.
that. Yeah.
I mean, the Amazon's fucking massive, but
Yeah.
you're telling me ain't one prominent building? I mean, obviously, you've all seen the stone heads of the Olmecs.
Yeah.
They look like they're from Africa.
Yeah.
The carvings look like they're descendants from Africa.
Yeah.
Maybe they
I
were
know
just
what-
shit at fucking
I know what you
sculpture.
mean. I know what you mean. I read
I mean,
whose book was it? I read They Came Before Columbus. There's a book
What, the
called-
Olmecs?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Olmecs.
No,
were
I
before
read.
Columbus.
No, I said I read a book called They Came Before Columbus.
Oh.
About the Olmecs.
Mm.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, other people have disproven what the guy's saying in the book, saying how they came from Africa and whatnot. But I mean, everything's possible.
it is all possible.
All I'm saying
Basically,
is-
the point that he was trying to make in the book, or was that if they were to come from Africa, for them to get to South America, they would have had to have seafaring boats. And part of the argument was that people are saying that they didn't have seafaring boats, but then this guy's saying, yeah, they did have seafaring boats. So it's...
I'll tell you what's interesting. This is all basically the reason I'm bringing this up is because it all goes back to the whole symbolism thing. Because if you look at nearly every civilization going back here, there's all prominent symbolism that are similar in every culture. You know, like nearly every culture has a symbol of a lizard or a dragon.
That's crazy.
Do you get what I'm saying? There's got to be a reason for that. It can't be just a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence. There's got to be a reason. Same way there's what was it I was watching? I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I can't remember. But going back to the seafaring people, in ancient Egypt time, I can't remember exactly what time it was, there was a tribe of people, I call them a tribe, and they were known as the sea people. And they're not very documented about because no one really knows about them. All we know is that they attacked Egypt and they came from the ocean. And no one really knows what they're called. They were called the sea people.
Well, this is the thing.
But it's like no one knew where they came from, and they suddenly, after they didn't win, they just disappeared.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did they come from?
Well, there's actually two stories about African migration to South America pre-Columbus. And one was there was a great king of Mali who, one of the richest kings in history or whatever, he created basically a fleet of ships, and then took, because between Africa and South America there's actually a stream, like a water stream that will lead you straight to South America.
Right.
Yeah. So even if you get stranded,
It's like a current.
the current will take you to
Yeah.
South America.
Okay.
So basically, I don't know who found out about this stream. Someone found out about the stream. The king heard about it and he was like, you know what, let's go. So they went, but they didn't hear from them again. And now in South America, they found spear tips or whatever, or spears that were made of a certain composition of metal that only exists
Originates in a certain...
in
yeah,
Africa.
Right.
So it's like, well, where the hell did they get this from?
Yeah, it's the thing. I've seen a video of a guy in Africa, right, in a village, a small village, mud huts, everything, using a berimbau.
Yeah.
He's sitting there singing a song using a berimbau. I'm like, hold on, that's a South American instrument? Like, how is that even possible? So there's got to be some sort
There
of...
had to have been some connectivity.
And another thing for the argument for Africans having seafaring ships is, look at the Sentinel Islands. Those people came from Africa.
Yeah.
How did they get there? It's an island. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They would have had to have seafaring boats.
Something.
Oh, here we go. The Sea Peoples are it's a seafaring confederation that attacked ancient Egypt and other regions of East Mediterranean prior to during the Late Bronze Age collapse 12,000 to 900 BC, following the creation of the concept in the 19th century. It became one of the most famous chapters of Egyptian history, given in connection with the words of Wilhelm Max Müller. I don't know who that is.
The most important.
The most important questions of what's that say?
Ethnography.
Ethnography and the primitive history of classic nations. Their origins undocumented. So from when their origins are undocumented, who were they, bruv?
Exactly. A lot of origins are undocumented.
This
They
what I'm
just
saying.
found Göbekli Tepe like how many
There
years
must
ago?
have been people that just thought, fuck it, I'm going out in the world.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. It must have been.
Yeah.
It must have been, bruv.
That's human nature. You
Yeah.
go out, you search, you want to find a better situation. And back then, you know, they had nothing else but traveling. They didn't have no technology. They're just gonna go out on their boat, and just sail, try to find somewhere. That's exactly what the Europeans did.
Yeah. They just did it a bit later. You know?
Yeah.
But
It's interesting, man.
yeah, man. So it is what it is, man. And so I was watching this video, going off subject,
Yeah, go on.
with this Charlie Veach guy.
Who is Charlie Beach?
Charlie Veach is like a YouTube guy. He's a little bit controversial. He has controversial opinions.
Political?
Yeah,
Right.
political, social, whatever. And basically, he came across these people in a town centre who had like TVs showing the torture of pigs and farm animals being butchered and stuff like that. But his whole thing was, you're out here showing this to little kids walking by. You're showing pigs getting tortured, chickens and whatnot. And they basically went into this whole argument. And I just wanted to know, like, what do you guys think about vegans who go out and protest like this? They put, you know, graphic images of...
It's inconsiderate, for
Yeah.
one. I mean, there's a kid who probably doesn't want to see that, but then you could argue that there are kids all over the world who watch animals being killed all the time.
Yeah, but that's of their own...
It's exposure.
Yeah, exposure.
Right? So I think in that case, nah, I don't care. You show the kids because they eat it.
I think they need
Be
to
willing
realise
to
at
watch
some
it.
point.
Yeah.
No, but this isn't like, well, the argument is that Charlie Veach is saying this isn't standard practice. I've been to butchers and whatnot.
Yeah.
The whole thing is they're being killed like in ways that aren't.
Are the vegans killing them?
Inhumane.
Yeah.
Are the vegans killing them?
No.
The vegans are showing
how it
how they're
happens.
being killed.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I was outside Canada Goose up London, and outside someone wrote in I'm assuming it was pig's blood, but it was definitely blood. Someone written murderer.
Murderer.
Do you know what I mean? Because you know how the whole Canada Goose they use real goose and all that,
Well, it's not just goose.
which I thought was a bit weird that they would use real blood, because you're meant to be representing not harming animals and the whole blood thing, but you've just written blood murderer.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is the thing, yeah. It's like the whole Canada Goose thing. That's obviously they use goose feathers. I don't know if geese die. I don't know the whole process of getting geese feathers. Yeah, but the hood, that bit is made from coyote, isn't it?
Coyote or something, yeah.
Fur or whatever. That I believe that comes from an area, I believe, in Canada, where the coyotes have a high population, essentially. So they have a need to get rid of the coyotes.
Yeah.
So they've basically capitalized on the fact that people have an excess of coyotes causing annoyance to farmers and whatnot. So they're just like, instead of just killing them, why don't we make some money?
Which is fine. I believe that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people would, because it's the same thing. You could say that humans are overpopulating the planet.
Yeah.
But except you can see it when it comes to the coyotes. You see livestock being destroyed. You see people's chickens and farms being raided by coyotes. People gonna get fed up, man. So that is just one way to reduce the population and to find some use out of it. What would you rather me do? Dash them in a ditch after I kill them? Like what?
That's true.
I think the point is why vegans have an issue with it is that now you're creating a demand for it. Meaning that you're probably going to end up killing more
You're
coyotes.
not though, because from that aspect, maybe, but humans, bruv, do you know how old the fur trade is, bruv?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Fur trade is
oldest.
old, bruv. It's one of the oldest
oldest.
things, bruv. You know what I mean? So you're never not going to do it, bruv. Like, all that's happened is humans' population has grown more and the opinions have grown more with the people. That's all it is. There's more opinions because there's more people.
Yeah,
and you can't please everyone, bruv. There's always going to be a fur trade. Meat's always going to be killed. And yeah, alright, cool. It might not be in a certain way. that you want, but bruv, you're still killing the animal. Whether you do the whole halal thing, cut them by their throat, or whatever you want to do, bruv, you're still killing the animal, bro.
The halal thing as well.
You are,
Wait, hold on. A vegan might go ahead and say, in terms of Canada Goose, they might say, well, we have alternates to fur now. We don't need fur. We've got faux fur.
That's fine, man. It just doesn't feel the
What's
same.
faux fur created from?
I'm allergic to it. What?
I need to know what what it's created from.
I don't know what faux fur.
Because you know the maddest thing is, there's people out there that are going to argue this. Yeah, this is why you can never please anyone. Yeah, some people are going to say instead of killing the real animal, create faux fur. For all I know, faux fur is manufactured in factories that is going to create a lot of carbon emissions.
Yeah.
So now you're going to have
yeah.
people saying, but you're creating carbon emissions by creating faux fur. Whereas killing a real animal, you're probably not, because all you're doing is cutting it, shaping it, and it's done. Do you get what I'm saying?
As long as they're not over cold.
Yeah.
Then, you know, like the coyote thing, they're using those, they're cutting the population. As long as they don't go past that line, like in the sense that they're killing more than they need to, or more than they should, to create that lowered population, but still sustainable, then that, I think,
see,
should be
there's
the
a
line.
point. The thing I'll argue is this. Yeah, there's one thing that I really hate. Yeah, and it's the shark trade. Yeah. Now in the shark trade, yeah, in
Japan,
and like them Asian kind of countries, especially Japan, like you said, and Korea or whatever. What they do, they cut sharks' fins off. They cut the fin because it's classed as a delicacy. Yeah. However, the fin itself has no taste, and what they do once they cut the fin off the shark, instead of killing the shark and using the rest of it, they dump it back in the water for the shark to drown.
What the fuck is the point?
Now, what is the point? You're doing it for a delicacy which has no flavour and taste. 9 times out of 10, the food's probably fucking horrible. And 3, it's like, come on, bro. You're killing all these sharks, for no reason.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense
For
to
the
me.
broth.
It doesn't make sense. You've took one aspect of the shark, and it's probably the deadest part.
All that meat.
That's a waste, yeah.
That is a waste, and that's the one trade that just, I don't get.
No, wait, hold
baffles
on.
me.
I'm going to go back to the faux fur because I just read something. Faux fur is not biodegradable.
Oh, well.
This is what I'm saying. This is why you can't please everyone.
win.
This is why you can't please everyone, because if it's not biodegradable, people who want to save the planet and want to be more helpful to the planet, they're going to be like, no, this is harming the planet. But then you're going to get the other people now saying, no, use faux fur because it's there and it will save the animal. Bro, you can't.
But then you get other people who say, yeah, use faux fur because now we've come up with a new faux fur from recycled plastic.
Yeah. and then even if you get people now that are like, even if you get people that say, why can't you just use the animals, and instead of killing them, just let their fur grow back and shave it off like you do sheep.
Yeah, shagging.
Yeah, like keep doing that, shearing it or whatever. But then you'll get people saying that's cruel. And they should be in the wild. They should be mass produced for them to have their fur, but not kill them.
Let me tell you something.
Come on, man.
At this point in time, those sheep have been bred to the point where if you don't shave them, their fur will overgrow to the point where they can't even see properly. So it's like we've now created this sheep that needs to be shaved.
It's this thing, innit? It's like you really can't please everyone, man, because the way I see it, look, I'm gonna eat meat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat meat.
All the meats.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat all the meats. Yeah, except for shark fin because it sounds dead.
Kangaroo.
Yeah, kangaroo, all of it.
Ostrich.
Yeah? But the thing is,
Yeah.
I'm one man.
Beef.
And if I was living off the land, I will eat all these animals gladly, but I won't overindulge like people do. That's
This
the
is
thing.
the problem.
Overindulgence. And that's the
Overindulgence.
problem. They're indulging in foods, they're not finishing the food off, and half it's going in the bin.
Yeah.
That's when it becomes a waste.
Much
and that's
like
when it becomes
vegetables.
a problem. Yeah, like vegetables. That's when it becomes a problem. Do you know what I mean? So if I was back in the day, few hundred years back here, and I had to hunt or whatever, for my food, and I was living on land, I'm gonna take the fur off animals to keep warm. I'm gonna eat these animals.
Well,
I'm gonna grow my own food. Do you know what I mean?
Create mulch.
Yeah, I'm gonna create all of this stuff, bruv. I'm gonna live off the earth. I'm gonna live off the earth and give back to the earth. Because at the end of the day, it's all biodegradable. I'm biodegradable, bruv. Do you get what I'm
100%
saying?
living off the land,
So
killing animals.
So I'm gonna do it, but the problem is there's more people now. That's when it becomes a problem. I'm not saying kill people off, but there are more people. End of the day, people are living longer, and
there's no real solution because people want to eat meat. No matter where you go, like I suppose certain parts of India and Thailand, you go and they're just vegetarians.
And I don't want to hear all this shit about all this meat that's being grown in a science lab now.
It's not gonna happen.
I don't want to hear all that
not
shit.
for a long time.
Because I'm not trying to eat it. I'm not trying to eat it, bro.
Yeah. I'll go pescatarian. It's fine.
What nutrition has that got? I'm trying to eat it, bro.
Listen, the thing is, with meat, it's interesting because our meat consumption as humans has accelerated over the past 100 years.
I don't eat meat every day.
Yeah, I don't eat it
But
every
what I'm
day,
saying is, it's accelerated exponentially to the point where now, humans didn't used to eat so much meat.
Capitalism, man.
We haven't had time to evolve. Our genetics haven't changed enough, and I feel like that's a lot of the reasons why people are getting sick and getting problems, because you're eating too much meat.
Especially red meat.
You're eating
a lot of red
much
meat.
Humans didn't used to eat that much meat.
Because it wasn't, you had to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
it
had
was
to
something like
physically-
you had to get
See,
it. Like
that's where it's all changed as well. Where man had to used to go hunt for their food. That's why
Agriculture.
Bro, why do you think hunters
Farming.
were fucking slender, bruv? Because they had to run down their food, boy. Do you know
Well,
what
it
I mean?
depends on how you did it, because obviously some people were like fishing tribes, some people were persistence hunting,
Bro,
some people set traps.
Even then,
You know what I'm
then,
saying?
unless you're on the edge of a bay where there's fish, and you got them long spears. There's some tribes that train birds.
Yeah.
To fish, but even unless you're actually getting in the water yourself, bruv, you're still swimming, you're still doing some activity, bruv.
Yeah.
You're not going to a supermarket where it's all pre-packed and done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've actually had to
There's
work
a
for your
connection.
food,
Yeah.
and I
That
think,
one's got too much fat.
yeah.
I don't want that one.
And when you're hunting your food, you might actually have more of appreciation for your food.
That's where it gets crazy, like with Japan in Wagyu, where they've
Oh,
got the
Wagyu.
auctions going on, like this grade of beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? This is wild.
Down for that.
Yeah.
100%. The luxury should be luxury, but you should have to pay for luxury. But at the same time, what's the argument? What, do you tax meat? Do you raise the price of meat
I think
to make it more?
I think maybe in terms of going back to the whole vegan thing, how they don't like how the animals are treated.
Right.
I think maybe just more stringent regulations on the abattoirs and whatnot.
That makes sense.
exactly.
Because then you could, anybody caught misconducting,
Was it generally they use pistons? They use the piston gun.
Well, there's
They
different
used to
ways.
use the gun. It
There's
was like
different
a bolt
ways,
gun,
there's
innit?
different ways. It depends on what it is. Because sheep, for example, or a lamb, they would use this stunning kind of gun
Right.
that would basically knock them out or make them numb for a certain amount of time. And
Like
then
No
they'll go
Country
to
for Old
slaughter.
Men. The brother rolling
Yeah.
around with the piston.
Yeah, well, they would go.
You
Then they would go to
seen
slaughter.
the It film where he done it to the clown, and put the
No.
piston gun in the clown's head.
Have you seen a process? There's a couple processes on killing chickens. Yeah. So one process is they have like essentially a conveyor belt thing. You hang the chicken up, chicken's upside down. They would dip the chicken's head into a bath where it's basically electrified. They would shock the chicken to death, essentially in the head, and then just dies. And go
Well,
around.
I can't imagine it takes much to kill a chicken.
No, and another way, the most popular way of actually chicken slaughtering is gas.
The fuck?
See,
Yeah.
I don't like that. Because
Yeah,
I don't know
no,
what's in
that's
that
like
gas.
in the bloodstream
you're
and-
ingesting that.
yeah,
that
man.
chicken's ingesting that, and I'm eating that.
Oh,
man.
Gas is actually the
don't
most
eat
popular
that.
one.
I'm not trying to
Don't
do
eat
that,
that.
fam.
Cut his head off, if anything. Just don't.
Fam, I gotta say this though. I
Auschwitz
think
the chicken, man.
I think people going to supermarkets, it's made them so mollycoddled that they don't get where their food comes from. Do you know how many people I know that eat meat but they can't look at something being killed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't
Like
even
an
gut a
animal being
fish.
killed.
You can't scale a fish.
I
gut a
don't
fish.
get it, bro. When the electric
What's
goes
wrong
out
with
in
you?
the world, yeah, and your refrigerators don't work no more, keeping your pre-packed
You have to
meat
get the
done,
salt
yeah,
piles, boy.
You better start. You're gonna die
Get the salt piles.
because
get
you're
the
not
fat.
ready. You're not ready for what's gonna come, bruv. You're not ready for the hunting, and you're not ready to start killing these animals,
serious.
bruv, for your food. So you
You know
better
what?
start growing veg.
I think hunger will change people, though. When you're hungry, bruv, certain things don't matter. That's the two times I don't want to be fucked with. Yeah, is when I'm hungry and when I'm tired.
For real. That's every human. I
Don't
think.
just leave me alone, bruv, because I'm hungry. And if I see something and I'm hungry, don't care what it is, alligator, fucking chicken, I'm gonna kill that.
Yeah,
cunt,
I'm gonna
bruv.
eat it.
He's gonna
But
die.
this is what we said in a previous podcast. Throw a vegan in a room with a chicken or something and the means to cook it and cut it.
Starving.
Yeah, and let's see what happens. Let's see if they'll eat that chicken.
How deep does it go?
Yam that.
Do you get what I'm
Well,
saying?
that's what I think. Maybe
Whipping feathers out.
that's the they call it hangry.
Yeah, hungry. Yeah,
That,
hangry.
maybe
It's a
that
real
is the
thing.
evolutionary
It is.
function
It's a
of
real
being
thing.
hungry.
Yeah, you want
Because-
something to eat. You're gonna kill something to get food, bruv. That's just
Yeah.
it.
It's just like,
look,
oh man,
It's one of them ones as well. You got to think
Like,
about
yeah.
it. It's all very well being vegetarian, but you got to wait for that food to grow.
vegetarian
In that
is
meantime-
different to vegan.
All right, cool. But all right, I'm just saying vegetarian right now. Yeah, if you're just vegetarian,
They eat dairy products and stuff
yeah,
like that.
okay, cool. But you've got to go for a process to get that. Do you get what I'm
you
saying?
are.
Don't get me wrong, hunting's a process, yeah, but it's a quicker process if you get the animal.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're growing a plant or a vegetable, carrot or whatever, yeah, you've got to wait for that to grow. And that's going to take a few weeks or
May
whatever. I
not
don't know
even
how long.
grow.
And it might not even grow. But when the meat's there in front of you and you can kill it, cut it, and cook it there and then, come on, bro. It don't make sense.
yeah, bruv. They say that there's more waste in the vegetarian or vegetable production industry than most other
Let
industries.
me tell you now, yeah, I used to work in one supermarket, yeah, and at the end of every night, yeah, we used to have to bag up all the food that wasn't sold for that specific date, even though it probably weren't, even on the packet it says gone past sell by date, but you know when you just know it's good, you judge your own, trust your own judgment, sorry. You know what I mean? You go by your nose how things smell, like milk, bruv.
Yeah.
When the milk's off, you know it's sour, bruv. But it could go past its sell by date, but still be calm.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You trust your senses, innit? Yeah.
Yeah.
But bro, they'll throw that fresh veg out and they'll
Yeah.
bin it and they'll
Yeah.
spray this liquid in there to stop the animals getting in or homeless people to rip it open,
Wow.
just to tarnish the food.
To stop
But these
homeless
times-
people.
Bro, I'm
taking
telling you
the
now,
food
bro.
and
I had the
throwing
guy
away.
turn around to me, get a big see-through bag, and you fill up all the bag with all the food that's like, let's say today's date, but it's gonna technically go off
tomorrow,
overnight
yeah.
within an
Yeah.
hour, which is stupid. And then you throw it in the bag, and then you spray this certain liquid in it, which deters animals. And I remember the guy turned around to me and said, "Yeah, this will stop the homeless getting it."
I can just imagine a homeless guy going up to it and be like, "Fuck is that?"
Yeah, but
What the fuck?
that is crazy.
It's a wasteful
Yeah.
spot. And when I tell you, nearly every night, yeah, because I was on the night shift, yeah, bro, we used to have at least 5-6 bags, like big bags, like up to here from the ground, full up of veg, foods.
Yeah.
So wait, why aren't they donating this to food banks?
Because you can't, and I tell you what, well, you can,
Why?
you can,
Lawsuits.
wait, you can, but that's it, lawsuits. Because for any reason at all, one of them food was actually off, and they had it, they could be like, oh yeah, I got this from there, it's a lawsuit.
Or if you wanna be smart about it, have your own program, yeah, where people come for food,
And they do
yeah,
now.
and now
They do now.
they, you sign a waiver or whatever.
Yeah.
Listen, this food is past sell by, but sign it and be like, yeah, I accept the risk.
There's one for bakeries now and things like that where there's an app. I can't.
Oh
remember
yeah,
what it's called.
I've had the app before. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you could just go there, pick up. They'll make you up a bag of food or whatever, and this is like, we can't sell this, so take it
Yeah.
type thing. I don't know if you have to.
That like
No,
a
you
food
pay,
bank?
but
Is that
it's a
like-
very
is that like
discounted
food banks?
thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it
no.
kinda- But it's for anyone.
It's
Yeah,
businesses
yeah.
where basically, like the bakery, the bread, like we've not sold it, we can't sell it tomorrow, so
Yeah.
we're gonna sell it to you for really cheap.
Yeah. Like when they discount things in the supermarket. That's
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
meant
yeah,
to go off
reduce.
on the day. Yeah, the
I used to
reduce.
work at Sainsbury's, yeah, and at the end of the shift, the amount of stuff that comes out the bakery,
That's what I'm
sandwiches, yeah, like it could be anything from goo puddings,
Oh,
bruv, to all sort. That stuff just getting dash away,
That's
bruv.
what I'm saying.
It's getting dash
man.
away. And that's not right because
wasteful
I can
society.
still eat that, bruv. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, that you think you might get fucking sued for this shit.
Yeah.
Give me that goo.
For real.
No,
It's wasteful. It's a wasteful society
Yeah,
we
bruv,
live in.
give me the gun.
And I think that's half the problem. I think that is half the problem. I think people think they can just eat a certain amount and just throw the rest away. I don't know about you, man, innit, yeah, but when I was growing up, I was told I got to eat everything on my plate.
Yeah, waste is a
Waste
is
not,
an
want
issue.
not.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And as time's got on, I find people are just more wasteful. You You know what I mean?
There's too much abundance.
And I'll tell you what it is as well. Proportion in their food.
Portions.
They don't portion their food right, so they overindulge. And when they overindulge, they overcook and they overwaste.
A good
That's the
mental
problem.
thing is to have a smaller plate.
Have a
Yeah.
That's what the buffets do.
Yeah.
You go to a buffet.
They worked it out a long time ago. yeah, man.
And let me tell you now, yeah,
You don't want
if
people
you
wasting
start
food.
portioning your food, yeah, see, this is why half you people are still hungry after you ate, because you've stretched your stomach by eating too much. If you portion your food in the right amount, then you can easily stick to that breakfast, lunch and dinner routine instead of having breakfast, still being hungry 20 minutes later, eating a snack, blah blah. You get what I'm saying? Portion your food right, and you'll probably keep a nice shape in that as well, especially if you eat the right stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Overindulgence, gluttony. It's a problem.
It's very popular around Christmas time anyway.
Oh
Yeah, it is.
A lot of chocolate being eaten right there.
But I'll eat it.
I'm not wasting it.
I'm not wasting it. I'm eating it.
But yeah, man, it's interesting. Like I was in Gaucho the other night, and we were all having this debate about veganism and that. And we're in an Argentinian steakhouse.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the
Is that what
wrong
Gauchos
place.
is? Argentina?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I never knew that.
Do you know they closed Cow?
That's like
Did
kind
they?
of a sub
Yeah.
thingy of Gaucho. Yeah.
Yeah, they
closed
closed
it.
Cow, man.
Yeah, because it must have been. Yeah, because I heard that they were closing Gauchos, but it must have been that.
No, Gauchos
Must have been that.
Yeah, man. I mean, they had some bang. I don't even know what it was called here, but it's this puffy, kind of like. Imagine the consistency of like a. Really don't know how to put it. Inside is like a soft crumpet kind of thing.
Okay.
Outside was like crispy but crumbly, yeah.
What the fuck?
And it was cheesy. It was so banging, and I don't know what it
Sounds banging.
called.
It sounds banging.
Man.
It sounds
I
banging.
need to get more of that. Yeah,
Like
that's
a
it.
crumpet with crisp on the outside.
Yeah, then I had this thing called burrata, and it was like sourdough bread
Sourdough's good.
toasted with like what's it called, man? What's that truffle on it and
What, black truffle?
truffles on it, like winter truffles. I don't know what they called it, yeah.
Okay.
And tomato, and it was so banging. And then man had the fillet steak, banging. With
Yo,
some
you eating
vegetables.
good that night, innit? I was eating good that night.
Had a fillet steak. Yeah, and it was cooked. I had it medium. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is that how you have it? Medium.
Yeah, I don't like well done, man, because it's
Do you
like
know
you're
what?
wasting
I'm
it.
not gonna lie. I'm a medium rare guy. Either
That's
medium
too much for
or
me.
medium rare.
Just medium.
Medium's
Medium
fine.
is
It's
fine.
like it's
Yeah.
in between. it.
Yeah, you like medium.
It's
I
not
don't
too
mind the
much.
medium. Like my girl will have it rare.
No. Do they have it blue?
Oh!
I've never had it blue. I won't eat it blue.
That's
Bruv,
just
not even
life,
blue. It's not
innit?
even cooked. It's just slapped on the plate, bruv.
Yeah.
Slapped
Some
on the
people
plate.
eat it blue.
Yeah, some
people
people,
eat
only.
It's
eat
mad that you
blue.
can actually eat it blue.
Yeah.
It is mad that you can do
Bruv,
that.
you're putting your health in the hands of that chef.
Bro, you're gonna
Just right there,
fuck
that
up your
chef.
liver, bruv, and
I don't
whatever
know what
else,
it
bruv.
is. I don't know what it is. I wonder what it is about, because I watched a show about these meat eater people, yeah, who just eat raw meat.
Yeah, I heard
And,
about that too.
They're really irrational, really snappy, really emotional. I don't know what it is about just eating meat that will make you kind of like.
There was a guy I see in the he was I think he was Chinese, and he lived off a diet of raw sushi and basically raw meat. And at the end of it, after years of doing it, his body was infested with maggots, and they were eating the inside of his
Pork.
body away.
Pork. It must have been pork.
Probably, bro.
Yeah.
When I see the video and the maggots were at the behind of his retina in his
Yeah.
eye, and
That's
they were eating away
disgusting.
in his head, bruv.
That's
Where
pork.
he had a diet of just raw fish and meat. I was like,
Oh, shit.
yo, man found fire.
Yeah,
We
for a
created
reason.
fire for a reason, and we
Yeah,
kept
yeah,
that, bruv.
True.
We kept that with
Kills
mankind for as long as we known, bruv.
Yeah,
Because we cook shit.
that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of cooking, yeah, I saw this video on Instagram of this woman. It wasn't cooking, but it was basically the skin bleaching thing, yeah, where she was in a bath on her front like that, and she was in this bath of essentially, I don't know if it was bleach, whatever solution
It's like
it was.
it's like a peroxide
Peroxide.
solution, yeah. It's like a peroxide
and this
solution.
woman was essentially brushing the pigmentation of her
Yeah, that's how they do it.
skin.
A lot of Jamaicans do it. Jamaicans
Cake
do it.
soap. You know, what's his name? Vibes made that song.
Vibes
Cake
Cartel.
Mate, Vibes got yellow fever. They all got yellow fever.
What
You know
the
what I'm saying?
fuck?
I don't get
Yellow
it.
fever is a metaphor for skin
Oh,
bleaching.
okay, right.
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah. I don't get it.
Why is it though?
I mean, I
Self-hatred.
watched a program on it. I watched a program on it once, and a lot of people say they don't do it because they want to be white. They just do it because they like the look. Which
They
is
like the look.
cool. It's in a sense it's similar to people that don't have a high content of melanin in their skin and they want to be tanned. They want a suntan. It's a similar process in a sense, except I'm not.
Yeah, but
I'm
that's
not permanently. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not permanently destroying my
I swear
pigmentation.
bleaching ain't permanent though.
Isn't it?
I don't
I'm
think
pretty
it is.
sure
no.
it is. I'm pretty sure. I mean,
But your skin cells change daily.
Yeah, so maybe it's not.
yeah. I mean,
Maybe it's a gradual thing. It comes back.
maybe. Yeah, you're probably right because your skin has layers, doesn't it?
But they
Changes.
continue.
layers to your
You're
skin.
constantly losing skin.
Well, you can get skin bleach cream, innit?
Yeah. I've seen that. Yeah.
Google it, bro,
I don't
'cause
like
know if
that
you can
shit, man. I
permanently-
mean, be the way you are, bro. It's like the whole BBL argument.
Yeah,
Can we not? Like, she wants to do it. She's insecure.
yeah.
That's obviously what it is. She feels like her bum ain't good enough.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
think? I think people are too up in other people's business.
Probably, yeah.
If a girl wants a BBL, she can have a BBL. And, you know?
Just make sure it's the right doctor,
Yeah.
and you're not all fucked up afterwards.
Just going back to,
Go on,
very
go on,
quickly to the melanin thing, you're
Yeah.
right. It's the truth is skin bleaching, creams and whatever else do not get rid of the melanin permanently. This is
Yeah.
because the skin is constantly being renewed.
There you
And
go.
this includes formation
Science.
of new melanin by melanin producing cells known as melanocytes. Melanocytes.
Mm.
So yeah.
There you go, man.
But yeah, BBL.
I'm not against it. I'm not against BBL as long as you do it safely.
Yeah,
and,
man.
I'm not against it.
Work your legs, please, because you
Right.
know, you're gonna look
Yeah,
like
yeah, right.
olives on a stick.
Right.
Don't.
Who,
Don't do
who was that? Who's the woman that I see the other day, bruv? And she had the fattest bum, bruv. You could fit a Timberland boot on her bum and it'll balance perfectly. But she had the stupidest skinny pigeon legs, bruv.
Yeah.
You look
Stop
so
it.
weird.
You look like
so weird.
Kardashian, you know.
You look so weird.
Well, that's the thing. Kardashian's got it now. Who's that? Iggy Azalea got the fake bum.
They started the
No.
shit, man. They
Yeah,
popularized it, man.
But I'm not against it. But get a good surgeon. Don't want your bum exploding on the plane. Do you know what I mean?
But where
How
does
does it even work?
100,000 feet up in.
they take fat from other parts of your body like hips and whatnot, and belly, and inject it into your bum.
Right, so that's why they have those unnaturally looking flat bellies.
Maybe. Oh yeah, I've seen that.
You know
yeah,
when
yeah.
you see these girls and they got these fat asses and their belly flat, but you're like, hold on, your belly's so flat, but you got no abs.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
I never even noticed that.
I
you know?
noticed that shit.
There was a
That's-
woman.
wow.
There was a woman who was on a jumbo jet, and her bum exploded because of the pressure.
Oh!
Wait.
That's when you got a bad butt lift.
Wasn't there some kind of law passed or policy passed by a airline where women who had the bum transplants can't travel or something like that?
Oh shit.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not surprised. You got bare.
That's different. That's implant.
Bruv, you got about 30 women on the plane with butt lifts all exploding, bruv. You think terrorists are on the plane? You know what I mean? Bare explosion.
Yeah, but that's dangerous.
it is
It is.
dangerous, bruv.
Yeah.
That's dangerous for them. They could
Bare
die.
butts leaking.
No, they're not leaking. They will just go inside
Yeah, I
their
know, I
body.
know,
See
but that is
what?
dangerous.
Get a BBL, but don't get on a plane.
No, BBL is different because
You
that's
can
fat
never
replacement.
travel again.
Oh.
It's fat, whereas the implant
It's like the
is
silicone
dangerous.
gel,
They
isn't
do implants
As well.
You know like breast implants
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
silicone
yeah,
gel?
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
the same thing. They
Yeah.
slap it in the bum, bruv.
I remember watching one video where the woman was essentially flipping over her implant.
Oh.
Yeah, like she could flip it over because it was done by some idiot.
Yeah, I'm not against them, but just don't, not even necessarily lie about it, but don't. I don't know.
There's
innit?
nothing wrong with
Just don't. There's nothing wrong with it. Just work on your legs, please. Just work on your
Okay,
legs.
yeah, but at the
otherwise you'll
same
look
time,
stupid.
yeah, it's where does it come from? Where does the need for a Brazilian butt lift come from?
Bruv, it comes with, bruv, I'm telling you now, it's a generational thing, bruv. Because you go back in the day, yeah, in England, yeah, you would have had white women going, does my bum look big in this? But it would have been a negative thing. It would have looked upon as negative.
Does it
And
come
that's-
from
that's
black culture?
I don't want to directly say black culture.
But who historically likes
because
big
if
bums?
Who liked big bums?
Yeah, like historically, if you go back in time.
Yeah, but you're looking. Yeah, but you need to look at it more as a mass thing, because you might have had individuals in England that love fat booties, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but obviously, as you just said, does my bum look big in this? That insecurity comes from a cultural thing, yeah?
Yeah, it was a
Society
shaming thing.
at the time. So who was shaming it? Were men saying, "Oh, your bum's huge"? Like, do you see what I'm saying? Now the taste has changed. What has influenced that taste change?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
I think it's black culture.
I think black culture's got a lot to do with it. Obviously, I'm not going to say it isn't, but then if you look at a lot of Latin women, as well, Brazilian women.
Brazilians are mixed.
Yeah, they are mixed, but let's just focus on the Latin women in general, bruv. They have fat batties, bruv.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? They have fat. Even Greek women.
They got fatties.
They got fatties, bruv.
Yeah, man.
So
maybe it was an English thing. I don't know.
I like fatties, bruv.
Was it a Northern European thing? Maybe. Like they like.
I don't know, because if you look at some of these Germanic women, bruv, yeah, some of them have got fat batties, bruv.
These are the ones that were hiding.
And they're all
back in the day. They were hiding.
Have white women always had batties?
Yeah,
they have. They've always had fatties. Bruv.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Where else was there a culture where they were like, "Oh, this is my bum look big in this"? Asia and fucking Northern Europe.
I don't know if it was. Was it more of a shaming thing, or do you think it was more of the man being like, "Oh, you should cover up. I don't want to see that ankle."
Nah, man, that's some Sharia thing, bro.
No, but that's how it was back in the day, though. Like, take away the whole Sharia Muslim aspect, yeah, is Islamist aspect, yeah. I'm just focusing on culture back in the day, yeah. Women weren't as exposed as they are today. They didn't show as much flesh, and they were covered up more.
Oh yeah.
So was the shaming because they had fatties, or was the shaming because they were exposing their features more?
There was a point in history where a larger woman, right, was more attractive because of the idea of wealth.
And light skin, wasn't it? Like
pale skin. Pale skin meaning you don't have to go outside, right? Fat meaning you've got the ability to eat. Yeah, you know you're well off, right? And it was the same with men. But I think in terms of shaming, I don't know where the conversation started.
No, we're in bums. We're still on bums.
We're still on bums. I was basically saying, like, we was on about. Mike was saying, does it stem from black culture, the whole liking big fatty bums now?
That's just the genetics of Africa, man. You get the slim, you get the Nilo genetics,
long people,
the tall, long, slim, long Africans, right? Which is very good, also, right? But you know, generally, Africa, you get larger.
We were saying more though, like back in the day, yeah, like especially over here, like go back to like I don't know the 1940s or whatever, yeah. White women have always had bums.
Yeah, man.
But they were covered up, and like I said to Mac, yeah, back in the day, you would get certain white women be like, "Does my bum look big in this?" As if it's a bad thing.
Yeah, that changed.
So what Mac was saying is it a black thing, cultural thing now? That it's become more acceptance to have a big
right
bum.
Now this begs the question, right? What really matters, right? Because for me personally, it's not about the size of the backside.
So it's the
shape of the backside.
Yeah, it's the shape. Yeah,
right? Because you could have a nice little backside, and it'd be perfectly shaped. But you can have a whamp batty, and it just looks like flipping. I don't even know, some Frankenstein's monster. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't make sense for me.
Big is not
big is not beautiful, shape. Man.
It needs to be
not always.
It needs to be shaped.
It needs to be shaped.
Yeah, you're
correctly.
right. I've seen some fat batties, bruv, that look like a solid.
Just like it goes out and then it's straight down.
But that's why the gym is important.
You use it.
Squats.
Use the glutes.
Squats, bro.
Yeah.
Pick shit up off the floor. You know what I'm saying?
Just don't get hench.
That reminds me. So talking about bums, that video, bro, about apple bottom jeans.
What is it?
I haven't seen it.
Are you talking about T-Pain?
It is the song Apple Bottom Jeans,
boots with the fur.
Yeah, so it's this girl. She's doing a cover of Apple Bottom Jeans.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't watch it. I didn't even watch it.
Remind me.
I didn't watch it.
Apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. Got the whole club looking at her. You sleep with your goddamn teeth.
Who's that? Is that her mum?
Yeah.
Whoa, this is a lie.
This is fake.
This is fake.
That's like when he
That's
was real.
fake.
That's like when he was
That's
real.
fake.
Wait, what's this got to do with apple bottom jeans?
The song.
Get out of my house.
Oh, turn it off, bro. I can't handle women screaming.
Yeah, it's bad. It's
So
bad.
irritating.
That's fake. Yeah, but
Why did she even get this information that she slept with him?
I don't know.
right. The first thing, yeah, she said, "Did you sleep with your teacher?" And then immediately, without even asking what,
Said Mr.
She said the name.
She said the name.
What? Come on.
Yeah, it's
That-
either
Unless he was privately.
you don't know with
unless he
Americans,
was,
man.
unless he was tutoring
It's the
her.
thing.
Could be possible.
with
Yeah.
Americans, you don't know because they're so comical. Like.
Yeah, they're stupid a lot of the time. It's not good. Yeah,
American
Americans
humour is a
bit
lot
stupid.
different.
A little
No,
bit stupid.
American humour is a lot different to English humour.
Yeah.
I can't lie. There's some American programs I watch and I'm like, this really ain't funny, bruv. It's just
Yeah.
canned laughter.
Yeah,
It is
can.
not funny, bruv. Do you know what I mean? But then they probably look at English comedy
too
and
complicated.
they probably think the same.
It's too elaborate.
We got more dry.
Get to the
humour
joke.
as well, though.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think those are here.
Like Jimmy Carr.
They don't
Sarcasm.
understand. They
Jimmy
don't
Carr.
understand sarcasm and I don't know. Sometimes English comedians has a certain arsehole-ish about them. Some of them can be a bit
yeah.
arsehole. Like
Yeah.
I was watching an interview with what's his name? That's fucking squeaky voice, brother. Joe Pasquale.
Joe
I was watching an interview with that brother, yeah. Bro, and I don't know, maybe he had an off day, but he was being such an arsehole, bro, in this
Really?
interview, which is unlike him from anything I've seen before, yeah. But he was being so funny. To me, it was so funny, bro. But the Americans just didn't get it.
Yeah.
They did not get it, brother.
It's too long form.
And then I was like, this is funny, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, man, they got a different kind of humour. Their humour's more obvious.
Immediate.
Yeah.
Bang, bang, bang.
But that's why it's not funny.
Yeah.
I can't lie, I don't know if you like it. I hate Big Bang Theory.
I can't fucking do
I
I
that.
don't like it. It's
Get it
not
off.
funny. Do you know what?
know
Yeah,
what's-
I've watched BigAng Theory. I don't find it funny, and then I watched it. There's a video on YouTube where they took away the canned laughter, and it's even worse. It's even worse.
Oh, with friends.
When you've got forced laughter into shows, yeah, it's not good. The only thing I found funny was Friends.
Friends.
You know what's actually funny and doesn't have a laugh track? The Office.
What, the American one? American Office is funny. It
never
is
watched
funny.
But you know who's the executive producer?
Who?
The guy who does the English Office.
Oh yeah, he's funny,
What's his
but I
name?
can't remember his
Makes
name.
sense,
Oh, Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Ricky Gervais is funny, bro. I like
Exactly.
Ricky
He's
Gervais.
an actual comedian.
Yeah, so
This is what I'm saying. So for the other shows, they probably just got writers in there that actually aren't like that.
yeah, like I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. There's one or two shows I like, but they're like shows. They're not like canned laughter shows, if that makes sense. Like I used to watch My Name Is Earl.
My name is Earl.
You know what I mean? I used to like that show.
Friends. You know what with Friends?
But there was no
yeah?
canned laughter.
Friends is actually funny,
Friends is funny. This is what
even
I'm
though
saying.
it has.
But
canned
Friends is
laughter.
from a different era now, bro. Friends is like 20 years old now, you know.
Yeah,
I
so
remember
it's-
watching a clip of Friends, yeah? There was a clip with Ross's sandwich.
Yeah.
Remember him where he puts his sandwich in the fridge and his boss eats his fucking sandwich?
Vaguely.
I remember that they took away the canned laughter for this scene.
Yeah.
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 And I was looking at this guy like, oh, you're actually just kind of fucking mad.
Yeah.
He's a psycho. But, I mean, you ate your sandwich, which nobody should fucking do in their right mind. Yeah. And I'd probably be pissed off too, bro.
Yeah.
But without the canned laughter, it was less funny and it was
Yeah,
more
yeah.
serious. You know,
Maybe
like,
it's
yeah,
changed the
sandwich,
dynamic
bro.
completely.
Like
Yeah.
the thing is, I find with American comedies, yeah, it's like with the canned laughter, I'll be more like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm not like, that's joke. You know what I mean? I won't be laughing.
It's not. There's
I won't be
nothing-
laughing.
You know
It'll
what
just
it
be like,
is, yeah? It's like, you know how you listen to a rap lyric, yeah? And if there's nothing to it, it's just like, oh, okay.
yeah.
Whereas if it's a metaphor and he's linked it and he's got setups and all these
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
things,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh!
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
difference in the
Dave
intricacy.
Chappelle. Dave
Yeah.
Chappelle is legit.
See, that's the thing. I like American comedians. Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
That's
Come on,
they're the
bro.
best
That
comedians
guy
in the
is
world, but-
funny, bruv.
Yeah, man.
Like, but
It's more long form. It's more intricate. There's a lot
Yeah.
more detail involved rather
Yeah.
than just straight
And
up
it makes the
stupidity.
punch more.
Exactly.
I think with Friends though, it was an era thing. Because
Yeah,
of
it
the
was
era it
TV.
come
It
from.
was
Bro,
TV.
I remember a scene in Friends, bruv, yeah, where fucking, I think it was what's her name? Rachel.
Rachel.
And Chandler was on the floor, bruv, and they had their best dessert and they dropped it on the floor and they had the forks and they were eating it off the floor because they loved this dessert. And then Joey walks up, and he's just washing them, screwing them, and he pulls out a fork. He's like, "What we eating?" And he starts eating. Joey's got that to me. I found that so funny, bruv. You know what I mean? Because you didn't expect man to do that, but now it's just like Big Bang Theory. It's just not funny if you're trying way too hard.
Yeah, you're trying
way
too
hard.
People love it though, man.
Yeah, they do. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
And my sister loves it.
Maybe because I grew up on old school comedies. Like I grew up on old school, like Only Fools and Horses. Dad's
Bro, Only Fools had moments.
Yeah,
I remember one scene in particular, bro, with the old man.
What, Uncle Albert or the granddad?
I think it was Albert with the white
with
hair.
the beard, yeah, Uncle Albert, yeah.
Bro, there was, I can't remember exactly. I wish I could remember exactly what he was saying, but he was talking about this woman that he met and how much he loved her and shit like that. It was deep, bro, for a minute. And then all of a sudden he just dropped a line. And it was like, fucking hell, bro.
Bruv, Only Fools and Horses is a classic to me,
bro.
Oh, it's so funny, bruv.
It was good, man. It was good.
It's different times now.
Yeah.
I mean, what new shows are actually funny? Like, you know what? In-Betweeners.
In-Betweeners
is quite new.
See, In-Betweeners. In-Betweeners.
What?
You never watched In-Betweeners?
Oh,
I never have seen it.
Bro, you never watched In-Betweeners? So In-Betweeners to me, is a modern day classic.
Yeah.
To me it is, yeah.
Is
the humour in it is something so fresh and new that
and Friday
to
night
me it's
dinner.
a classic.
Friday night dinner, In-Betweeners. Listen, they're funny.
You never watched. I mean, people love it. I've seen it around, but I've never actually.
I advise you watch In-Betweeners, bro.
Yeah.
It's so funny, bro. Jay in it, bro.
Jay.
He bullshits about everything. He cracks me up, bro.
He's that sex model in it.
Yeah. You see her over there? I don't know. Oh, mate. Yeah, it's funny.
In-Betweeners is jokes. Well,
what other shows are there?
I don't know.
You know what I started watching recently? The Witcher.
Alright.
That came out yesterday.
I wanted to talk about this.
Bruv.
Is it good?
It's good.
I'm gonna watch it.
Cool.
So don't say.
I
was so skeptical. I went in like
because I was looking at the actor. I can't remember. I can't remember the actor's name. And I was looking at him. I was like,
the Superman.
Does he look
The guy
like
called
he
Superman.
could be the? Because I feel like the Witcher should have been a
Listen,
bit older.
His voice is exactly the same.
The same.
Oh, so
Exactly the same. I was like,
this
no, you
monotone.
purposely did that. You
Yeah,
took time. You looked in the mirror
that's
and
good.
you recorded yourself.
Yeah.
That's
listening
good.
to that
What
voice.
does it show him going like finding tracks and stuff like that? Like,
Oh, bro, he does all sorts.
'Cause you know in the game-
I'm not gonna go into it, but you haven't watched it, but it's good. That's what I'm gonna say. It's good.
Alright, cool.
I'm not gonna push it, like bulk it up.
I've been
on
watching
that.
so many.
It's
I've been
good.
watching The Mandalorian, bruv.
Who?
Mandalorian. You lot ain't into Star Wars, and are you?
Oh, what is it like a?
Bruv, so Mandalorian is a space in the Star Wars world, and it's about a bounty hunter. Do you know what I mean? From Mandalore, which were, you know, like Boba Fett and Jango Fett.
Yeah.
That's where they were from, Mandalore.
Okay.
But it's based, bruv. It is more Star Wars than every Star Wars film
What's
they've
that one?
released in the last 10 years.
What's that one?
It is fucking hard. I'm watching it on. Right now, it's not even over here.
Oh, so you're watching it on the app?
I'm watching it on
What
the app.
app is
innit?
that?
Man, I can't reveal my secrets.
Alright, so you know what?
If you want to know, man, we'll share that in the group chat.
Let's get into this. Since we're talking about Star Wars and whatnot, we kind of touched on it in the last podcast, but I wanted to go back into it because I was thinking in my head, there's this kind of weird thing because let's take Giggs for example, Giggs loves superheroes and Star Wars and stuff like that. Calls himself Batman,
Right.
That's like Bugsy.
Exactly. Now this is the thing. These are all people who come from criminal backgrounds, yet they support Batman. Support superheroes.
I think there's
and
a
stuff like
psychology
that.
behind that.
They fight criminals.
Yeah, those guys, I think, didn't get into the grip that they got into because they wanted to.
No, of course.
I think they got into it because they had to.
So what
They
you're
had no
saying
other
is, what you're
choice.
saying is, coming from a criminal,
There's a moral
coming from a criminal aspect,
conflict.
They rather support the hero instead of like Joker.
Yeah, they don't want to be
Alright,
a bad
cool.
guy.
Do you know what it is with Batman though? Do you know why? Batman's not a hero. He's an anti-hero. He doesn't do things by the book. He's not all gleaming, shining,
Hancock
white
is an anti-hero, yeah? Deadpool is an anti-hero.
But Batman is, come on, you can't say Batman and Deadpool.
Right.
But-
The government doesn't like Batman. Put it that way. But apart from that, Batman does good, right? He's not
No,
like,
he does
I
do
don't want to
good.
help you, but I'm going to
He
help
does
you.
do good. He does do good, but yo, I've seen some things with Batman, bruv.
Batman's gritty.
Seen
Batman
things with
Joker,
Batman where he
that
fucks
Japanese
up
one.
certain people, bruv.
Batman gets gritty. Dresses up as Superman dresses up as Batman. You ever see that?
What?
Superman pretends to be Batman.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Smacks up Bane.
Yeah, he smacks up.
Of course he smacks up Bane. Of course he does.
Bane.
He's Superman.
Smacks him up.
Hey, what do you mean?
No, bruv. There's so many like different universes, bruv. It's ridiculous. I love that shit.
They've tried to make Superman more gritty.
Red Kryptonite.
I've noticed.
Red Kryptonite. That was when Superman just
Okay.
got fuck you lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Kryptonite. That's the shit.
But this is what I'm saying. Going back to the main point, yeah. There's a love for superheroes and stuff like that in the rap community, yeah. And
To my hammer.
who?
No, go on.
And it just kind of goes against it, innit? Like, it kind of goes against. I understand now you're not a criminal,
Yeah.
but if I asked you how you feel about snitching, you're gonna be like, fuck snitches. But at the same time, you love Batman, you love Superman, you love Spider-Man, you love all these things.
Do you know why?
men,
Do you know
yeah.
why? Do you know why? Because they're men,
They
and,
fight
and
crime.
if you think about it, they're fighting crime, but they're not doing it off the system. They're not
you're not
using
doing it 'cause
police.
they have-
They're not using police. They're going out of their own
But you
back
telling me
and fucking
Spider-Man?
man up.
You telling me Spider-Man's never just wrapped up some criminals and left them there for the police?
He's just
Yeah,
left them
that's
there.
what he does, all
But
the
he's just
time.
left them there.
That's helping the police.
Yeah, but Spider-Man
That's what I'm
technically,
saying.
yeah, but Spider-Man's like 15 years old, bruv, in reality. In the comics, bruv. He's meant to be like 15,
Yeah.
16, bruv. He's
Well, you
not
talk
even
about
meant to be a man,
The
bruv.
people who are supporting those people, right? When we're talking about those guys who talk grease, right, but are supporting heroes essentially.
Yeah.
That's
The
like,
hero concept.
yeah, but it's entertainment also, man.
Yeah.
If a guy was trying to catch you, bruv, and wrapping you up, you ain't gonna support him, bruv.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. You support it because it's not you,
Yeah,
and you support it because it's a cartoon. But
yeah.
Oh, but any other time he'd be shouting snitch.
yeah. That's what's so. I was thinking about it as I was driving. I was like, these lot are mad. You know?
No,
Yeah.
I know what you mean. It's a contradiction.
It is, man.
I think people contradict themselves every
All
day
the
of their life.
time.
Every day of their life,
Yeah.
there's a contradiction, bruv. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think people care anymore that they're contradiction.
Yeah.
People
I really
are
don't.
contradictory, man. People are contradictory, like you know, for instance, this is completely off subject, but for instance, the election that just passed, the Conservatives got put in,
Yeah. Again.
right, again, yeah, people talking about, oh, you know, Brexit and, you know, immigration and shit like that, you know, they want to support the Labour Party, but then the Conservatives win who want to stop all those things, you know, and basically push an agenda of, let me forget this, cut this out, man.
Mate, this Brexit election, this
They've
Brexit,
just
this was
signed
a
a deal.
Brexit election.
They've just signed a deal.
That's all it was.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, it was.
Another reference.
Long story short, yeah, people made themselves clear. More than ever, bruv. They've been talking for God knows how long, nearly 3.5 years, to have another referendum because they kept saying that people who voted previously didn't know what they were voting for. I'm sorry to say, the fact that they voted Conservative now, majority of people, and they've won on an outstanding level, I swear.
Yeah.
They've won more chairs than they've ever won before, bruv.
They stole basically
My
Labour
point is
votes,
this,
yeah.
yeah, that was just a point proven that people wanted Brexit. There's no need for another referendum now because that just proves the point that they wanted Brexit.
It's the methodology of the thing, right? Because Labour wanted to give back to the community directly, whereas Conservatives are like, okay, we're going to build business and we're going to fund business in the country, right? You want to start a small business, we'll give you money.
Yeah.
But the Labour's like, no, we're going to help like union jobs, people that
Yeah,
already
yeah,
work
yeah.
for big companies and shit like that. Whereas people,
Do you know
are
why
like, I
Labour
want to
failed?
start my own company.
Do you know why Labour
You know?
failed? Do you know
Yeah.
why Labour failed? Because no one liked Jeremy Corbyn.
No one like Jeremy Corbyn. They thought his ideas were crazy.
Bruv, you had
unrealistic.
people in the Midlands, bruv, who were prominently Labour,
Yeah.
turn round and say their whole family was prominently Labour growing up, blah, 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 they've always been a Labour family, and they were like, we hate Jeremy Corbyn, we voted for
Bro,
Conservative.
you had homeless people voting for Conservatives. Just think about it.
But that just goes to show you,
Homeless man.
but that just goes to show you how much people wanted, they were that eager to leave the European Union. They want change, bruv.
Because they
They've
thought
seen
it
it all
would-
before, they've heard it all before, they've seen it all before, and it was either this. If you really wanted Brexit, it was either the Brexit party, Nigel Farage, yeah, or it was Boris Johnson,
Yeah.
Conservative. Sorry,
You don't
but
trust
that's it.
Nigel Farage, so you say
You
Boris
knew if Labour come into power that they would get the other referendum.
I don't like Boris.
I don't even like
Yeah,
Boris.
I don't like Boris.
I don't like Boris. I don't
Corbyn.
like I don't like any of these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
To be honest, to be completely honest.
The thing is, right, is the whole Brexit thing, I think, was more of a strategic thing, you know, in terms of the campaign and things like that, because people understand what's happening around them. Yeah, they see what's happening around them, and I've seen what's happening around. Right, I'm not saying that I voted Conservative because I didn't, but it's a thing where it's bigger than just homeland issues. Right,
It's foreign policy.
foreign policy, global issues.
Yes, a lot.
Right, because you know people obviously don't like what's happening in their country, and you know that's understandable. When you're used to a certain way of life, you don't want it to change. So that's understandable. So I see, you know, things happening in immigration. Switzerland, Sweden, Denmark, all having the same problems. France having the same
Spain.
problems. Yes, Spain's having the same problems. What's happening, man?
That brings up my point.
Freedom of movement.
The issue between Spain have got this new party that's kind of emerged in the last couple of years called Vox, yeah, and they're essentially a far right movement. Yeah. They're tired of immigrants coming to Spain and kind of they want their country back. Essentially, that's their whole thing. Yeah. Now there's this a big issue with this is there's a place called Melilla in Morocco. It's geographically in Morocco, but Spain have ownership of it.
Oh,
Okay.
So the issue is that you've got Africans traveling up from Ivory Coast or wherever, going to Melilla because they know that they can get to Spain from there.
Well, it's just south, innit? It's south of Spain.
But right away.
Yeah, it's just
So
there.
that,
innit?
bruv, my man swam to Spain.
Yeah.
From Morocco.
From Morocco.
Well, I'm gonna say the distance between Morocco and Spain is a lot smaller than say England to France.
Yeah.
I want to say that gap is a lot shorter, so it's probably more.
Yeah, but
reasonable.
what I'm saying
I wouldn't want to
is
swim in the water.
that's
Personally,
well,
but-
the issue is, I mean, it's kind of crazy because geographically you're in Morocco.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
the
yeah.
people in Melilla are like, you know, Spanish.
Yeah, yeah.
But isn't that that's
You're
like,
in Morocco.
Isn't that like the whole thing with like Gibraltar though?
Gibraltar's a different story because it's like geographically it's off the coast of Spain.
Yeah, it's off the coast, but
Yet we have ownership. Of
Yeah, that's what I
Gibraltar.
mean. It's a bit.
Gibraltar voted 99% remain
Yeah.
in the EU.
Oh wow.
Of course, because they're right near Spain. They want
I will say this,
They travel
though.
to Spain regularly.
I will say this: when the referendum came about to whether leave to EU or not over here, I know as soon as that happened, it started a chain reaction in other countries that were in the European Union. I know
Vox.
Italy.
Yeah,
I know
that's what I'm
Italy
saying,
started to be like, we don't want to be in this European no more. That's why a lot of riots started happening, bruv. And then France was one of them as
France is still going.
well. France is still
France
going.
is
That whole
still going.
what is it? That whole yellow high vis
Yeah, the yellow-
protests
yeah,
and
the
all
yellow
that
vest.
stuff, bruv.
Bruv, they don't want it.
France is mad though.
Yeah.
The world is in turmoil at the moment, or Europe is at least.
It's
Europe
been in
is
turmoil.
crazy right now.
Speaking of turmoil, Dot Rotten and Steel Bangles.
Dot Rotten Steel Bangles.
Do you know? I've been trying to watch this very closely. There's a lot that's happened though.
Yeah, there's a lot still.
I see a video the other day of Dot trying to call Still Bangles, and he kept airing the call, kept declining it, but he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
messaging him. I can't lie, I tried to pause the video to see if I could read the messages. You know what I'm saying? I read a couple in it.
That's true.
It seemed like Still Bangles was trying to be reasonable and Dot weren't trying to hear it. I don't know.
Well, Dot's accusing Steel Bangles of stealing, essentially, calling him Steel Bangers. That's what he's calling
What's he
him.
been stealing though?
Steel Bangers! Wordplay!
Stealing what? Stealing what though?
So basically, you know the song. There's a few songs that he mentioned. Carla's Back. Mist's first tune that he came out with.
yeah.
Apparently, Dot Rotten and what's his name, the other guy, Savak.
Savak.
They had a big part in Carla's Back.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
another tune called Bad. That with most.
That she bad.
That
Yeah.
Still Bangles took credit for, but He
Well, yeah,
it was
because
mostly Spac and
his
Dot
name's
Rotten.
all over it. His name's
And
all
Still
over it.
Bangles apparently was sitting there like doing nothing, like just on Insta or whatever. So I don't know. And there's all these accusations flying about from Dot Rotten, and we haven't heard from Still Bangles. You know?
This is the thing. Still
I
Bangles
haven't
never
seen
answered the phone
anything.
call, and he hasn't, in my knowledge, responded.
So
Now-
Dot Rotten's put out three tunes.
He's got a mad work ethic.
Yeah, he's up every day like 6 a.m. bro.
You see the beat that I posted, didn't it? He Dot basically posted the beat on YouTube that he made for J1.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Remix.
Yeah, he based probably it was the same beat.
Yeah, it's the same.
I heard the beat, bro. It was the same thing. Man was writing bars to it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Dot's got a mad work ethic, but it's weird that it's all coming about now, though. That's all I will say.
Yeah, and he even said for JME. He said for JME. Basically, he's saying that JME has been copying him. JME and Skepta were copying him.
Yeah,
he put up
I
these
see that. That's
screenshots
what I
of
saw. Yeah.
years before. Dot Rotten released a tune called Skin Changer or something
Something like that. Yeah.
Or something, Shapeshifter. Yeah, Skin Changer from Lord of the Rings. Shapeshifter. And then a couple of years later, Skepta released a tune called Shapeshifter.
Yeah.
And essentially the beats are
The
exactly
beats are
the
similar,
same.
yeah.
Like the structure and everything, the melodies and whatnot, like the same. JME apparently done the same thing.
Bro, what is going on, bruv? Bruv, back in the day, you used to look at someone, if they were biting your shit, bruv, yeah, it was frowned upon. Now everyone's doing it, bruv. What is going on?
Imagine in the tune Dot Rotten said JME came to Dot Rotten, made him play through all his beats, and didn't like ask for one and just kind of like left. And then like
Because he was voice
basically
noting your beats, bruv.
He's basically just recorded your beats.
He voice
like-
noted all your beats, bruv. Yeah, and he played them back to someone, and they made a similar beat, bruv.
Oh,
This is basically what happened. Innit? Let's be real.
It's got to be, innit?
Let's
Because
be real.
you're not going to remember
You
all
can't get
the
the beat. You can't get the beat perfect. You can't.
So someone's obviously recorded.
That's like me going to Dr. Dre now, him playing, be like, yeah, let me hear all your beats. Banging my phone on recorder, slapping it in my pocket like that, and just listening like, yeah, that's hard.
If that's true, that's crazy.
Come on, man.
Jesus Christ,
If that's true, that's mad.
bruv, that's robbery.
Yeah.
That's
That is
robbery,
mad. That
bruv.
is mad.
Go sit in your yard with your headphones on and make a fucking beat.
Yeah,
There's
that's what I'm saying,
a
make
tune
the
that
beat.
Dot Rotten made, yeah, called Too Many. Yeah.
I think I
It was
know
in
that
like
tune.
2007
Yeah, I think I
or
know
something
that
like
tune,
that.
yeah,
It made
yeah.
Too Many. Then a year later, Boy Better Know come out with Too Many Man. And
Many
the
Man.
beat, the melody behind it sounds the same. They've just changed it to more like a what's it called back then? Funky house kind
Funky
of
house
beat.
kind of beat,
But
yeah.
it's the same concept, like it's the same shit. Like
It's mad, man. The only thing I will say is, though, why is this all coming about now?
because I think Dot Rotten's just gone. You know what? I've had enough. I've had enough people stealing from me.
Yeah, bruv, because he's talented.
Yeah, I would have had enough from long time, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Why has
that's
he
the
just
thing.
decided now, okay, I've had enough?
Just gonna
Like,
air out all
because
the-
I feel like, yeah, because don't get me wrong, people can do that. People can tolerate so much and be like, you know what, the whole J1 thing was the last straw, and I've still Bangles is chatting shit. I've had enough, which is fair enough. Because I'd probably do the same, bro. If I felt like people were violating me over a certain period of time and taking my shit, and then someone tried to, like J1 tried to say whatever he said and still Bangles, bro, I'd probably be like, you know, fuck it, I'm coming for all of you now. And the maddest thing is, Doc can do that because he's got the work ethic.
Yeah, he's mad.
Do you know what I mean? He's got that work ethic, brother, to make his own beats as well.
Doc's been doing it.
He'll send for you on a beat that he made in like 3 hours, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, he'll make a beat in 15 minutes, bro.
yeah,
Like,
bro, he'll make that beat and ride on it.
Was it used to call himself? Was it
Young Dot.
Young Dot?
Yeah.
Back then, where we gonna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruv, Young
That's a hard
Dot
beat.
has got some.
That is a hard beat.
He's got some legendary like tunes behind him, but you don't get the credit, man.
That's because people don't know.
You don't get
But
the
he'll
credit.
be stronger for it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He'll be stronger for it. Be more hardened.
I can't lie.
Like Wiley. I mean,
Yeah.
Wiley's been hardened through all the mad beef
Yeah,
that he's
yeah,
had.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wiley's just, yeah, he's been through a lot still when it comes to the music thing.
Yeah, bro.
But why? Like, why? Do you know what I'm sick of seeing? I'm sick of seeing people, if it is true, taking the credit, yeah, and then getting big off of it. I hate that shit, man.
It's annoying because
It's
they
like
didn't
it's
do
like
it.
when fucking Birdman tried to take all the credit for all the shit off
Yeah.
DJ Khaled and all of that shit,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Made
yeah,
millions.
yeah,
of it.
done.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, done.
You're sitting $500 million and your team I'm starving. You know what I mean? Old Tyreek Ross. You know what I'm saying? But
It's crazy out there, man. People are treacherous, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all accusations at the moment, so I don't know if it's
Yeah,
real,
it's
but
accusations.
Dr. Rotten's presenting some strong evidence.
yeah, he's got. I mean, to me, if I was still Bangles and Dot Rotten was calling me, I'm answering the phone. I don't know why. There's no reason for me to hide away unless what he was saying was true. Yeah, so I'm answering that phone, bruv, and I'm confronting you on it, and I'll put my point across. You staying silent, you might think that's the right thing to do, staying silent, but you need to prove yourself now. You need to prove why he's chatting shit if he is chatting shit.
Yeah, man.
Okay, on to the next thing.
What's Spac Nation?
On to the next one.
Spac Nation.
Spac
Speaking of taking advantage of
See
people.
them on the news the other day.
see
I was
them on
like,
the-
what's this?
See him on the BBC News.
Swear
I was
down.
watching it, and you know when you're not really paying attention too tough, it's just on in the background.
Yeah.
I was cooking or something, and then I heard the word Spac Nation. I was like, huh? I was like, okay, let me go in there. You know what I mean? I had to record a little snippet.
Nation, I've come to the conclusion that's just a scam, innit?
So
Yeah,
I didn't realize in it yet, because like I don't know too much about Spac Nation. I'll be real. I thought Spac Nation was an American thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, blood. This is a Nigerian boy.
No. But no, I don't mean American
Yahoo
thing.
boy.
But what I mean is, I thought Spac Nation was more prominent in America.
What?
No, it doesn't even exist over there, bro.
I thought it does exist over there.
It doesn't exist over there.
Ah. But yeah, Spac Nation.
Spac Nation.
So
you
the
know,
brother, yeah, go on.
no, I'm just gonna say this is the basics of it. You know, people taking out business loans and all kinds of loans, and you know, giving the majority of the income to pastor.
Pastor?
The
You
pastor.
call yourself a pastor boy. What happens to you?
Bruv, he is rinsing your money,
He's
bruv.
the manipulator.
Yeah.
What they saying on that report that they're getting into debt, bruv, for giving him money, bruv?
No.
They getting themselves into debt.
No way am I going to put myself
This is
in debt
deception of
For
the
you.
highest order, blood. What is happening?
I
Bro,
have to get some more money.
yeah.
Mate,
It's a what would you call it? A pyramid scheme?
Oh, yeah, basically. At the top,
Yeah, it's kind of a
influences
pyramid
to
scheme.
the
yeah, they're
workers.
basically promising. What their whole thing is, they're basically promising that people's success. They're basically saying we'll invest in you if you invest in us. Essentially,
But you don't
kind of
invest
the
back, but
premise.
you're not investing back.
Yeah, they're just taking.
All kinds of media projects,
Yeah.
you know, to bolster their image. You know, oh, babe, when I saw it, I was like, what? BBC News? Say that.
That's what I'm
bro.
saying. When I see it on the news, I was like, right, he's being investigated. You know what I mean?
Bro, he's gonna be in jail, bro.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in jail for fraud. That's what they're doing for.
But
That's
that's
if
the
he
thing. I
hasn't
don't
skipped
know
out.
if they can actually prove it.
Directly.
Yeah,
Did you not do? Well, I don't know. I
because
suppose.
it's not him doing it as well.
Yeah, it depends, man. A good lawyer could deal with it, but it depends if there's paper trail, that kind of
That's
stuff.
the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, man, but it seems like they're just incorporating all these different businesses under people's names and taking all the money out,
Closing the businesses.
closing and
yeah.
just getting in debt and leaving you with the, you know what I'm saying, with the bro, didn't they take out some dumb loan? What was the loan company?
I don't even know.
Some loan company, innit? Like one of them payday loans or something.
Oh, come on, bro.
Like a couple grand.
Payday loans have the worst APR,
Yeah.
bruv.
Oh,
They're just-
ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I see one advertised on TV, bruv. It had like 100% APR,
Bro,
bruv.
more than that,
Stupid.
bruv.
How you can give it 100% APR, bruv? You know what I'm saying? And they write it in the most smallest writing, bruv.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And they'll say it very quick.
Bro, have you ever seen them American adverts where they advertise medicine and the medicine's
Oh,
got bare side
bro.
effects?
Yeah.
I deleted the video off my phone, but when we was in America, I videoed one of them, because the list of side effects
Make us hot effect.
was longer than the advert itself.
Hot failure.
Yeah.
Like they
And
just
at
say,
the end, it may result in death. You're like, what?
mirrors on death, you might die.
Bruv, and they say it so
Insurance is
quick as if you're not going to
Bruv,
notice, bruv.
Yeah.
As if you're going to be like, what? Maybe on there.
But then after all that, they're saying you're gonna get kidney failure, you're gonna get liver failure, you might have heart disease.
Let me
all
tell you
sorts.
now, yeah. Majority of drugs that have side effects, yeah.
Nah, bro.
It depends on the person, really, because different people react differently to different drugs, yeah.
Yeah.
But if there's a side effect, it is an effect.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear the word side. It's an effect, bruv. There's no side effects, bruv. It's an effect, bruv.
Yeah.
It might not be the key effect that you wanted, but it's an effect, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I
The
mean?
intended effect. But
With,
it
with,
is an
with
effect.
certain ones of these, the actual cure is the side effect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas you get all the other stuff that's actually, you know.
Bro, it's like, you know when they take the piss on Family Guy, bro? Like,
Yeah.
I remember watching one Family Guy where it was on about hair growth, bro. And it was like, take the shampoo, it will grow hair. And at the end, it's like, it will not grow hair. You know what I mean? It just gashed you up, bro. And at the end, it's like, yeah, it won't grow your hair.
Yeah, man.
This may not be true. You know what I mean?
You can't, I don't know, man. Like, the law is just weird because there's bare loopholes for stuff and...
There's a lot of laws over here, innit, that police themselves don't know. And if you recite them to the police, if you know them, they have to, what's the word? They have to, what's the word, man?
What?
They have to abide by it,
Oh,
basically,
okay.
because it is the law. Like, there's a law, bruv, it sounds weird, but there's a law that's still in force today, yeah, going back a few hundred years, and it's if a woman is pregnant and she needs to give birth, a policeman is obliged by law to give him his hat and coat for the woman to give birth in.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
And there's another law, something to do. This law comes back from when we used to have wagons and horse and cart. But it's like if you need to go wee or something, you have to wee on the left side of the front wheel or some shit. And that it's something like that, yeah. But that law's still introduced today, bro.
That's mad.
It's still introduced, bro. There's so many laws out there that they haven't stopped.
Yeah.
It's weird, bro. There's bear out there.
I've pissed on many wheels, bro.
Yeah, for real.
It's just what happens.
Yeah,
It's got to be done.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You lot watch the fucking fights?
I haven't, bro. I ain't watched nothing. I ain't gonna lie.
The Usman Covington
I
fight.
see the. Bro, we took him out, bro.
Yeah, man. I was happy.
I
with
see the coverage. I didn't see the whole fight. That's the only snippet I've seen.
I was just happy with the result.
I've been too busy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I've been doing a madness.
Yeah.
Christmas and that taking up my time.
Yeah,
I
man.
I was
Hashtag
happy.
Christmas.
That's-
Yeah, wait.
Yeah, I was happy, man, because the guy, you know, Trump supporter, all that business, a little bit racist, to be fair. And, yeah, just didn't like him, wanted him to get knocked out. Broke his jaw.
Broke his jaw!
Waved him in,
talking
bro.
anymore, son.
Waved him in. Usman's in good shape though as well.
Mad shape.
Yeah, probably in
Mad
good shape. I will say that.
That's all that
Connor's fighting Cowboy.
Yeah,
that's
I
gonna
see
be
that.
interesting, right? Now, legitimate. Who do you think is gonna take that?
Do you know what it is? I would have said Cowboy because he's been fighting, hasn't he? But I said that about the whole Nate Diaz fight, and Nate took that fight, didn't he? So really, it's about your training in the background, bruv. Conor could have been training for how long has he been out now? 3 years?
Something like that.
Something like that, innit? Nearly 3 years, probably. We don't know what. I mean, like I said the other week, I seen him doing quite a lot of Brazilian jiu-jitsu, a lot of groundwork. You know, so I don't know. He may have been training mad, bruv.
I will say this.
He might be ready.
Cowboy, black belt jiu-jitsu.
Oh yeah,
He doesn't take anyone down, though, really.
Yeah.
yeah. What's his striking?
That's
His
just
striking
because
ain't the
If he
greatest.
knocks
is
you
it?
down, he might jump on you.
He's a Muay Thai fighter, bro.
Yeah.
His
So
striking
the
side is
good
Muay Thai.
strategy is the...
Like his striking is on point. That's what
His
Conor's got.
striking's, bruv, he doesn't even... Bruv, he only goes to the ground if he needs to.
Like, he finished Barboza like that. Rear naked choke.
Yeah. He only goes to the ground if he needs to. Bruv, if he wants to choke you, he's going to choke you. If he wants to stand up and fight you, he's going to do that.
I think it's going to be a good fight. I mean, I think
I think it'll be good.
there might be a lot of pressure on Conor because it's his comeback.
I think Conor will win, to be honest. I think Conor's
It's at
boxing...
170,
See, this
Is it at
what I'm-
170?
or is it 55?
I don't know.
I thought it was
I think
it's
170. Charles Sonnen's
What's
been
Cowboy?
talking about it. I think it's 170.
Well, Conor did go up in weight
So
though,
they're
didn't
all
he?
going up. They're both going up.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
It changes it a little bit.
When is
Because I
this
thought it
fight?
was 155.
Is this fight next year or is it this?
Next
I
year.
think it's
yeah.
January.
So we've got about a month.
So this is interesting because Conor doesn't perform as well at 170.
Nah.
He was slower.
But then he may have had time to adjust to that weight because I haven't seen a
Maybe,
reduction
yeah.
in his weight, so he may have been training in that weight and
May
he's
have
got
just
used to
stayed
it.
there, yeah.
That's what I mean. So
Well, he might be more conditioned to that weight than we might see, but I think Conor's boxing is better than Cowboy's.
that's what I mean. I think his boxing is
Cowboy should utilize low kicks on that lead leg because you know Conor's got that
better.
wide
Yeah, he
stance.
always
Yeah,
puts
yeah,
that
yeah.
stance out. Yeah.
And Conor's very crafty. he'll lead you into things. He's got so many different striking strategies, like making you circle so he can wheel kick you in the face, making you think he's closer than he actually is.
That's if he ain't changed up his strategy.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I think some people near the end like to clock onto him. You know what I mean?
I think his boxing will be the difference in that fight.
Yeah. His boxing.
Like the close contact, like short
Within
range
boxing range,
Yeah.
his boxing will be the difference in that fight.
Because when it comes to the kicks, you don't see Conor landing many head kicks.
He likes
He
to
does- he
do the
throws them, but
spinning
he-
hook kick, yeah.
you know, I've
but
never
he
done
uses
that.
it as a tool, though. He uses it as a tool.
Like
So, for example, he'll throw the spinning kick, the heel
Mm.
kick, to kind of guide people away into his left hand.
right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, so he
yeah,
will
yeah,
use
yeah.
it. He uses it as kind of a guide to kind of
Yeah.
move people.
Yeah, it makes
one
people
way or
go that
another.
way.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a good fight.
I mean, that Max Holloway Volkanovski fight, I was surprised.
That was good. I like that fight, man.
That was-
Volkanovski's sick, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I didn't even see
They
that.
say he used to weigh, 200 and something pounds?
Volkanovski's a savage, and he's from that same gym with
Yeah.
City Kickboxing, Israel Adesanya, all them. Man. So yeah, man, they got some good training. going
Leg
on over
kicks,
there.
bro.
But they're
Continuous leg
also
kicks.
Tiger Muay Thai.
Yeah.
They're also Tiger Muay Thai.
Are they?
Right.
Well, that's
Tiger
where
Muay Thai are serious.
Volkanovski trains the Tiger Muay Thai as well.
They are
So
serious.
yeah, man, serious strikers.
That was good, man. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was a very good fight, man.
You lot watch One FC?
What? Which one?
No, I'm saying, do you lot watch One FC?
Yeah, I'm watching the Haggerty
That's
Rod
what
fight.
I'm talking about. The
Of
Rod
course
Tang
I'm
and
watching
Haggerty
that.
fight.
Rematch.
Get his
I'll-
belts back.
If Haggerty can do the same as he done in the first fight and just not get knocked
Yeah,
down,
yeah,
he
yeah.
wins. But it's in Bangkok, so what's his name? Rod Tang
Tang,
is gonna
yeah.
come out like
Yeah,
full steam ahead.
Yeah, for real.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I see Haggerty's been training a lot of Keddles.
trains at Keddles,
Nosy and Keddle.
Nosy, yeah, man. Team Underground. So yeah, man.
I want
obviously,
Haggerty to win. I
I'm
can't
rooting
lie.
for Haggerty.
Haggerty's like one of the best to come out of the UK. In
He's got the best use of teep I've seen in a long time.
bro, his left kick is relentless. You know what I mean? He flings it like
Volume,
it's nothing,
yeah.
bro. Like bang, bang.
But his whole strategy is what I've seen is he uses that teep, yeah, as his initial thing, and he'll fake off of the teep. He'll go low, he'll go high, he'll go middle.
What I've
and
noticed
then
with
he'll hop in off
Yeah.
of the teep, and it's
What
mad.
I've,
Like,
what I've noticed with Haggerty, he doesn't throw many left hooks. His left hook is an elbow. Have you noticed that? You know what I mean?
yeah.
He like bang, and then instead of coming with like a left hook, he kind of steps in more with the elbow, bro. He's constant elbows, bro.
Well, yeah, that's it, man. I like his style, man. It looks nice.
Yeah.
You know.
Fluid.
Gotta give props to Joshua, though.
Joshua.
Yeah.
What,
Recently.
did we talk about
Did we talk about this?
Yeah, man, we did.
We did?
Yeah, in the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You
days.
done what you needed to
I see
do.
the video with Fury calling Wilder a dosser.
You probably don't know what it means.
You
What
dosser.
was that word, you know, bro?
You're a dosser. You're a bum.
It's a dosser. It's a dosser.
Bro, man said your
Good.
wife knows you lost to me.
Your wife?
He said that. He's like, your wife, your kids know. When you're in bed with your wife, she's looking at you and knows that you lost.
Oh shit! No, you know what? Yeah, that's like a thing that he's probably thinking to himself, and he's
That's
like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna use it as a
Yeah,
weapon.
that's
I'm gonna send this out."
Trying to get him angry. Innit?
Yeah. Oh my days.
He was like, you've lost to no one but me.
Yeah.
He said, you ain't really fought no one. He said, Ortiz ain't up there.
I mean, what? Just to hit up something completely different. I know you was talking about this before, but the Takeshi release.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
What is happening?
man.
Because I thought this guy was gonna be in jail for a piece still.
No, he's coming out soon, man.
No, I heard he ain't.
What?
I read the other day.
When was that?
Probably about a day or so after you
Okay.
posted that thing.
Yeah. So what happened?
I don't know. I'm trying to find it. Some guy said that he ain't actually coming out for at least another year or two.
Really? Well, I wouldn't be surprised, man. You know what I mean? How long has he been in there? He's been
Not
in there-
long.
like,
Oh, there you go. He's expected to be released around November 2020. He's got another year.
another year. See?
Bro, that is such a slice off his sentence, though,
Mate,
man.
how many years? 30, 40 years.
Jesus Christ,
Bro, he's
man.
looking at a lot of charges, bro.
Yeah.
But he's still got that £10 million deal, hasn't he?
Bro, he's serving a ham slice, bro, in comparison to like the whole hot.
Of course,
Yeah.
he's
You
snaked.
know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Bro, he's snitched
I'm
nine, bro.
snitching on everybody.
Snitched nine everyone, cuz.
Who do you need?
Do you need movies 1, 2, 3? You know what I'm saying? Do you need Showbox? Have you heard of Showbox?
No, why Showbox gone down, no?
I don't know.
Sort it out. Showbox, sort it out.
This is one of you lot's
Listen, man.
Showbox was certified.
Yeah, man.
So it was one channel at one point.
Don't worry, I got other things up my sleeve.
What was that other one we used to go to, man? All You See.
All You See. I used to use All You See all the
Damn.
time. One channel. There's a lot of them.
Putlocker, yeah,
Always Putlocker, yeah.
that annoyed me, that because it changes around
Yeah,
every time.
man,
Trying to locate it every time is annoying.
Yeah, bro, it's like Pirate Bay. Then.
Changes like org, net,
Yeah.
RT or whatever.
Dot Russia. Dot
Bro, I've got one site. I've got one site. Yeah, I've got more than one site, but this one particular site, yeah, it seems so legit. It's unreal, bruv. There's adverts and everything on it, bruv.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, don't give out the site.
no, I'm not going to. But there's adverts on it and all sorts, and it's like, bro, you're showing films that have been released yesterday in the cinema.
Yeah.
How have you got adverts, bruv?
Yeah.
Promoting shit. Who's doing this?
It is what it is, bro. You know what I mean?
Just keep moving that IP address around.
Yeah, people always
Bounce that
want-
around.
Yeah, man, proxies, all that stuff. You know, untouchable, but yeah. I think that'll be the end of it now, unless you got anything else to touch on.
I'm good, man.
Yeah? Alright, cool.
Good.
Analyzer
Podcast.
podcast, episode 24. Yeah, it's December, it's Christmas,
Grimbo.
and that, yeah.
Happy Christmas!
Subscribe to the
Wait.
YouTube.
When's our next one? Are we?
We won't be here next week.
We won't be here next week.
The week
But
after,
hold tight. We'll be back
we'll be back. Yeah.
in 2020, maybe.
Episode 24. Subscribe to the YouTube. Follow the Instagram. Follow the Twitter, even though I don't use it. Yeah.
None the wiser podcast.